Super Bowl 55 is almost here, so let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, and here to kind of give you guys my final thoughts on Super Bowl 55. But before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe because I do talk a lot of NFL on this channel. I do plan to continue, obviously, talking all throughout the offseason. So don't worry about that, even though the Super Bowl's here and it's going to be gone soon. Plenty of stuff in the offseason to talk about. So make sure you are sub. Make sure you are following me on all my social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Make sure you got the bell icon, hit notified. Do all that, all right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Super Bowl 55. All right, so let me start with this, okay? I've already made my prediction video on Super Bowl 55. I made it very early, like right after the matchup was decided that it was going to be between the Bucs and the Chiefs. So you guys can go check that out. But essentially, I predicted the Chiefs to win in that video. And you might be thinking now, Faiz, you know, are you having second thoughts about that? What's going on? And you might be also thinking, there hasn't been any football played, so why would your opinion change if it has? And here's kind of where I'm at. Okay, so I wanted to get that video out to you guys ASAP right after. Because it was just such an exciting matchup, and obviously I can't wait to watch it. But as I am doing more, analysis and diving deeper into the game itself, and I'm really hyped about it, by the way, the more I keep, having thoughts on if the Chiefs really will win, okay? And again, I will tell you at the end who I believe still wins the Super Bowl or will win the Super Bowl. But here's what I'm thinking, all right? So work with me here. We agree both these teams are loaded. Like, they're stacked. They're completely stacked, both offensively and defensively. You can make the argument a certain team is stacked more on one side of the football than the other, all right? Certainly, like, the Bucs defensively are better than the Chiefs defensively, and the Chiefs, you could say, are offensively better than the Bucs. But they're both loaded. They're both filled with talent. In fact, so much so that if you were to go down the list, right, and you say, okay, who's got the better quarterback, I would argue Patrick Mahomes. But we're talking about the other side has the GOAT, the greatest of all time, in Tom Brady. And he's still playing at a very high level through 40 touchdowns and 12 interceptions this year. So you can't just say it's Mahomes and it's not close, right? So maybe that's a push or wash because whatever Mahomes has in talent, Brady makes up for in experience. Then we take a look at the running backs. Is that one a clear advantage to either team? All right, because with the Chiefs, they have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Le'Veon Bell, Darrell Williams. And over on the Bucs side, you got Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones. You don't have a star, if you will, in either of those teams. I know Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a lot of potential, but it's still his rookie year. Wide receiver-wise and tight end-wise, so I'll just say receivers. They're both loaded, both sides. I mean, who'd you rather have? Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, okay? Or, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Brate. I mean, yeah, Hill and Kelce are better individually than those guys, but maybe as a collective whole, Tampa's obviously deeper, and so maybe you prefer that. So even the receiving options, I could argue for one side or the other. So the point I'm trying to make is the more I think about it, the more I realized how evenly matched these two teams are. Okay? They are really, really evenly matched. And so when you even break it down to that level, and now you take into account injuries such as the Chiefs' offensive line being banged up with no Eric Fisher, no Mitchell Schwartz. And when we take a look at what the Bucs just did to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers and their offensive line, which is very good, I would say the Packers are one of the few teams in the NFL where I don't hesitate to say that they have an elite, all right? And I'll say it again, elite offensive line. And I get it, they were obviously out without David Bakhtiari, but they're still an elite offensive line, okay? And the Bucs D-line trashed them. They just, Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul just destroyed them. And so who's to say the same thing won't happen with the Chiefs now that they're down their starting linemen? And so these are the type of things that I've been thinking about, and I'm like, man, I know I picked the Chiefs to win this game, and actually even my final score, I said 30-23. Do I want to go back and change it? And I don't want you guys to think of me as a guy who flip-flops and changes picks all the time. Think of it more like this, all right? I am given new information, and I am the type of guy who likes to take new information and see if I want to change my picks. I'm not stubborn that way, right? The analogy I always love to use is if you're going into the hospital for a procedure and the doctor says, we've got a very quick way to do this procedure. It just came out. We've got this new tool we can use and it's very safe. Are you really going to turn it down? Because the doctor has this new tool and it's like, oh no, you got to use the old one. That's the way it's always been done. No, use the new information you have and make a smarter pick. Get smarter with your analysis. And again, that's kind of where I'm at here is looking at the pick. Chiefs, yes, they still to me feel like the better team, but do I have them winning this game in the manner that I predicted them to, which was 30-23? So after thinking about all that, here's where I'm at. If I had to boil everything down to like one key, like what's the biggest thing that matters in this game that will determine who wins this game, it would have to be who gets pressure on the quarterback, right? Whether that's the Bucs defensive line getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes, or if it's the Chiefs defensive line getting pressure on Tom Brady, whoever is able to get more pressure on the other quarterback, they will win this game. And I have to give the Bucs more credit than I feel like people aren't giving them, or I myself have not been giving them, because the Bucs are so good on both sides of the football, and they have literally come in as a wild card team, beating the Saints, beating Drew Brees, beating the Packers, beating Aaron Rodgers. Like, it is super impressive what the Bucs have done. And you should not be counting out the Bucs at all in this game. Again, betting against Tom Brady has not been a winning proposition, if you will, unless, of course, you are Eli Manning. But I digress. So, essentially, here's where I'm at. All right, I feel like I'm stalling at this point, but folks, like, this is tough. I think I'm going to stick with the Chiefs, but I'm changing my score prediction to 30-27, and it's a 3-point spread. It's been hovering from 3 to 3.5 in favor of the Chiefs. And I won't blame you if you want to take Bucs +3, +3.5. But I got to go with the Chiefs 30-27. They eke it out. The only thing I'm telling you right now that is making me do that, making me pick the Chiefs still, is that I believe their offense is just that good. Right, that's essentially it, and obviously I'm hoping that the Bucs D-line isn't able to wreak havoc on the Chiefs offensive line, because that's going to be a problem. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So I think it's going to be closer than I initially thought. The loss of the Chiefs offensive line starters mixed with how well Tampa Bay's playing, mixed with the quarterback play. Like, there's so many factors here. And by the way, it could potentially rain. Maybe that could be a huge factor depending on how bad the weather is in terms of the rain. If it rains, right, I would hammer the under at that point. So I just wanted to come on, give you guys my quick final thoughts on the Super Bowl. So, folks, I'm still taking the Chiefs, but I got the score changing from 30-23 to 30-27. All right? So that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think. How are you guys feeling about the Super Bowl? I can't wait. This is going to be so good. So good, folks. Look at the quarterback matchup. I mean, somebody has been bringing this up in the media about how if this is Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, right? And I got to tell you, it certainly feels like it. MJ is, of course, Tom Brady, the GOAT. And Patrick Mahomes, I mean, LeBron James obviously is a much different point in his career and has accomplished way, way more. But Patrick Mahomes is on that trajectory. So, like, this is arguably the best quarterback matchup we've ever seen in the Super Bowl. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch this game. It's going to be so much fun. And I hope it doesn't rain and ruin the damn game for me. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.